Yes, yes. Welcome back to the Bad Guys Podcast. I'm your host, King Walker. We are back, and we are back. Crazy week, crazy weekend. As you probably heard, Terrence Howard has came out on Diddy. Diddy's going through a rough time. Um, Trial set for May 5th. I'm getting two dates. May 5th, May 12th. Um, like I said, big news over here for me is Terrence Howard speaks out on Diddy for no craziness, craziness, craziness. I still think not guilty, but we got more things to talk about before we get to the not guilty and guilty. Like I said, trials in May, but this is what Terrence Howard had to say.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some over greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit, because the man card means everything.
Shout out to Terrence Howard, man. Shout out to Terrence Howard for that. He brought up Bieber. Yeah, I think we should leave Bieber out of this. Is Bieber going to testify? We'll get to that later. There's a lot of victims and people on that court document. But back to Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard said Diddy invited him to hang out and help him act and staring at him. And then eventually his assistant says, yeah, he's trying to fuck you. He keeps trying to hang out with you. At this point, I don't want to overreact because at this point we already know Diddy's gay at this point. It's not bisexual. Diddy like niggas. I don't give a fuck how many kids he got. Diddy like niggas. And this is he like white boys too. And this is what it is. It just is what it is. And it's what it's gonna be. But being gay is not illegal. I'm not down with it, but being gay is not illegal, and this is not something where you can still convict him on. Like, this is just more public opinion stuff that we put out on the internet to make someone look guilty of something, which he is not. He's not guilty of being gay because that's not a crime. But being guilty of being weird, being on some bullshit, absolutely. Being evil, absolutely. But with that being said, free my nigga Diddy because he's not guilty of anything. Not guilty, not of one thing. Maybe now, the only thing I say he's guilty of, I've said it before, I said it again, is the guns that they seized after the bullshit that they can trying to convict him of. So no, so absolutely not. But I'm like I said, shout out to Terrence Howard speaking the truth, coming out with that, and really just saying, yeah, people do compromise what they want for that money. I'm not saying I wouldn't or would. I wouldn't do it for sex, not at all. But yeah, Terrence is right about the man card, all of that. Keep your man card, keep all that good shit, because it's not worth it. As you can see what's going on with Diddy and the victims of Diddy. Then you see the Lil Rod shit got dismissed. You see Stevie J on Vlad TV come backing up for him, but Stevie J is not credible. Stevie J is not a credible person. So sitting on here, I know I'm going everywhere, but Stevie J is not credible. So, but Terrence Howard is right. But he is not credible in court or what he said. This what Terrence Howard said just today. Don't let that make you convict Diddy in your mind. You can't do it. But Diddy's gay. That's it. That's not a crime. He might have stole. He might. Yeah. He got over on the locks. He got over on Mace and Shine and shit. Oh well, fuck them niggas. That's in the past. That's not a crime right now. Shine did what he did, and they did what they did. It's over. That has nothing to do with now. Now, with that being said, like I said, I'm all for what Terrence Howard said, and yeah, keep your man guard. But with that being said, coming up with this Diddy trial coming up in May, more recent news: Cassie to testify by name in the trial. That's tough, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that is tough. Cassie. Mm, 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 mm. So obviously she's got some kind of deal going where she's not going to be charged with the crimes that she tells on herself that she was involved with, because she's involved in these sex crimes. And I still don't think this is enough to take him down. You're going to need more than Cassie Ventura to take down a billionaire sex trafficker, allegedly, because they ain't got nothing else on him. And even if you convict him of sex trafficking, I don't think you got enough to send him away. Not for a long time. But I don't think Cassie got it either. I don't think Cassie got nothing. Cassie ain't got nothing enough to know. Because everybody was down. That's the problem. That's going to be the problem at the end. All the people and all the names you bring up, everybody going to be down. All the prostitution and all the people that had sex with so-and-so, they going to be down. So it don't even matter. It don't even matter. But I'm not going to lie. This is tough. This is tough. And she is victim one in the document. So if you've been looking at the documents or reading the documents, that's been victim one the whole time. So if you go back to the documents, you read it, and all the things that happen, Cassie is victim one. And I don't think, and they're gonna have to pull a better name out, because a lot of charges are getting dismissed and dropped right now. Like the one with Jay-Z, the one with Lil Rod, they dropping. And Diddy suing back, and Diddy's, I don't know. Trial gonna be crazy. And yes, we will. We will be doing a trial show. Trial gonna be crazy because this is the first thing you're gonna see. Especially if you can see Diddy. If you're gonna be able to see Diddy at this trial, hey, ain't none of that hair dye in jail. You gonna see the grays. You know how you seen Big U? He the same age as Big U, so that means he got the same amount of grays. Diddy just got that hair dye money. He got that hair treatment money. Big U don't. That nigga Diddy got a lot of gray hair, and we gonna find out how old Diddy is when this trial starts in May. When this trial starts in May, we gonna find out how old Diddy is, how tough Diddy is, how gay Diddy is. They're gonna throw all this gay stuff out. They're gonna try to throw all this gay stuff out to make it seem like, you know. But with that being said, free my nigga Diddy. Free my nigga Diddy. I don't think they got nothing on him, but we'll see. In a few episodes, I'm gonna have these Diddy Watch episodes. This is Diddy Watch Part 3. Got more coming. I'm gonna do the Day 26, and I'm gonna do the Chopper City. Chopper City from the band. He's been on Vlad TV. He's been on Terrence Gangster Williams show. Shout out to Terrence Gangster Williams. I watch a lot of that. Yeah. I don't. Like I said, I might be one of the people that when this trial goes on and when they hit that not guilty, I'm gonna be one of the ones. I'm like, I told you so. I told you. Diddy ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. But with that being said, shout out to Terrence Howard. Diddy, we'll see you in May. We'll actually see you in a couple of days. I'm gonna do this Chopper City. So we're gonna do this Chopper City and all the allegations and all the sex he had with. Well, Chopper City says Diddy was having sex with Sarah from the band, making the band. But we'll get to that. I got videos on that, and she's got her own lawsuit out too. See how that flies. With that being said, bad guys out.